All right, Kenman here, and today is a new company to me. Unboxing! Uncharted territory, unknown treasures, unfamiliar heritage. Jeez, this guy is a weirdo. Yeah, that is true. Let's have some fun. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. Big question, how many of these bags do I currently possess? A lot. All right, what is this new company to me? Any guesses? Let's get to it. Reach in here, find out what we've got. Ooh, it's upside down. I'll keep it covered. That's it. Bag on the floor. The new company to check out is Ruike. I think it's pronounced rake. I don't know. I watched a couple of videos. Ruike, rake. Practical Knives and Tools. Folding Knife Series. Phoenix Light Limited. Alright, is that proof of literacy? Alright, yeah, this is new. Never had a knife from this company before. So we are in a fresh territory here. Always exciting. It was not too expensive. Nice little sale price. Prices change, but I think it was around $30-ish, which for what we're getting, it sounds pretty good. Alright, so we have a little multifunctional knives. A few different interesting kind of Swiss Army knife kind of looking on that side. And on this side we've got kind of their fixed blades, folding knives. I'll have to look at a few more. Like I said, I'm not sponsored, so I look around. I try to see stuff that I'm interested in. I pick something up. If I like it, then I'll give that company some more business and maybe check out something else. If I don't, then I don't. I've found a few knives in both categories. All right, we've got a frame lock. That's kind of a little info on the knife we're getting. This is, I don't know what it says. It almost feels like it would be like a warranty card. It does open up. Product name, dealer name. Yeah, it is warranty card. All right, let's get into it. There it is. Let's get everything else out of our world. We have one more thing. Oh, look at this. That's new. Little tag on there and mini bag on the floor. All right, we've got our cuts. We've removed our plastic piece, the last little piece of info, just a simple tag. Okay, and we are there. Here it is. The Ruike. For now, I'm going to say Ruike. Correct me if I'm wrong. This model has been out for a few years. There's a specific reason I picked this one, other than it being a fairly budget knife and a company that I have not seen before. Woo! Excuse me. All right, this is the Ruike P801-SF. Holy cow. Oh, am I pushing against? I am. I was. Instantly. That shows you how many frame locks I have. Wow, I can't even. What are you kidding me? All right, let's start with the flipper tab. So yeah, this is a frame lock versus a liner lock, where the liner lock would be covered up. The frame lock, you can see the entire area that folds over right here. And that is the lock that keeps the blade from closing on your hand. In a liner lock, it's only on the inside, this little inside piece, and then this part of the scale does not move. So this is a frame lock. As a lefty, I don't often look at frame locks. I have a couple other frame locks. I don't even know where they are, and reason being is because I never use them, because you're always putting pressure. If you put pressure on that right there, when I was trying to flick it open, I was pushing against the back of it, and therefore I'm trying to thumb this open and I can't do it, which is weird for a righty. There, see how easy that actually is when you're not putting any pressure on that. I'm not a fan of these types of locks. There it is. So you kind of have to get the learning curve. Wow, that really jammed in there. Instant reasoning why I'm not into these. The other reason is, like, if you're going to do the flick out, I have to put my thumb somewhere. When I put my thumb, if I'm putting pressure, if I put it over there, flips out easy because I wasn't putting any pressure on the actual lock itself. So if I just want to do a flick out, I can't do it. If I put my thumb over a little bit, it makes it awkward to hold it. If I put it up high, no. But if I hold it here and I put my thumb over there so it's stable, it actually flicks out really easily. So there you have it. I kind of was wary about the frame lock. I kind of knew that I might have that kind of an issue, and I am one who wants to flick out a knife regularly. I can thumb flick that thing out fine, and I can flipper tab it out fine. So it's not like it would be a unusable knife, although it sits in that category of I'm losing the joy because I can't use all the methods to open it. I still haven't even. All right, you got to hold it weird. There it is. Frame lock, fully exposed. That's another issue that I've noticed as a lefty, that when you start looking at more expensive knives or knives that have titanium scales, this is something you run across. And if that's there and I'm a lefty and I can't, that sucks. It really discourages me to wanting to buy a knife. You know, you go spend $300 on a cool looking titanium knife, but then it's got a lock like this and you can't open it easy or actuate it the way you want to. It's like, what's the point? That's just me. Everybody's got a personal preference. Let's go on. I haven't even really done much yet because I've been stuck on this lock. All right. This is the Ruike P801-SF model. It's probably been out a few years now. We have a 14C28N blade. That says right there. Which is a great blade steel, right? 14C28N. I mean, I'll take that all day for this price. We have a stainless handle. So we got this solid stainless handle. One of the main reasons I picked up this knife is because I want to do some laser marks on that stainless handle. I've got a setting for stainless that I'd be interested to try some shadows and some shading that wouldn't work as well with aluminum. I've got an aluminum sample we'll talk about in a second. All right, so stainless handle, we have a frame lock. There is no option for the lefty clip, so that is not swappable. So this, they don't really care to appease the lefties, especially with this type of a lock. It's gonna cause some difficulties for certain. It's weird how I can thumb open it with my left, fine. I can't flick it open with my left. I can barely thumb open it. All right, have I tried flicking it with the right? Yeah, that's right. I can't because I'm... Flipper tab. You can always just default flipper tab. Often there's knives that only have flipper tab. So ultimately, is it ruined? No. Do I like and will carry this? Probably not. But I did get it specifically for this laser mark. I want to mess around with this handle, try to make something cool with it. And maybe find someone who's interested in this type of a knife or would like this knife for a super, super cheap price and pass it on. Okay, so the blade, solid. Solid blade all the way around there. Centered for the most part. Looks like it's a little, just a little bit that way. But it's solid. I mean, the action on the flipper tab, you can't, it's stiff enough that by the time you get a hold of it, it's popping out. I don't think you could fail that flipper tab. You can see the dent it put in my index finger. Just from sitting there putting pressure on it for a few seconds. It's pretty solid as far as that, so you're not going to have any issues about it failing, popping open. Seems like the thumb stud, because of the stiff nature of this knife, it's going to pop out pretty much every time as well. It does have some cool accents. This little blue on the ring around the pivot, and then the blue on the thumb studs, same blue on the other side. And then the blue with the pocket clip, kind of a nice little accent, except for where that shows this is not a captive pivot, which I'm not a big fan of that either. And I've cut my thumb. On the video, perfect timing. All right, it's not terrible, but I'm going to have to switch to this hand. That is what you get with a lefty lock. That sucks. Anyway, all right. So, there are a few little jumps on there. Bing, bing, bing. And let's do some measurements. And just a little slice. I'll keep it off camera. Just on the tip of my thumb. No big deal. All right. We have... what are we looking at here? 7 3/4 full length. We have almost a 3.5-inch blade with a 3.5-inch cutting surface, and then we have a 4 and almost 4.5-inch handle. That's crazy. Sorry, trying to find a paper towel over here. Welcome to knives. You cut yourself on a fairly more frequent basis than you would imagine, even if you're careful. That's what happens. Okay, so we've got that. We'll put her next to the pyrite. I always kind of measure everything up next to the pyrite. It's got a nice, slightly larger in the blade. Handle is almost the same size. If anything, maybe it's a tiny bit longer in the handle than the pyrite. Definitely a 1/2 inch or more longer in the blade. Pyrite is very common though. That's why I use it. Pretty much everyone knows about that size. Okay, let's get this out. Ugh, now I'm all nervous about it. Got my thumb over here all out of commission. Okay, let's get that zeroed, and then I will get it so we can see on there. Maybe I'll zoom in. All right. 4.18, just for giggles here. Pyrite's 3.6. So 4.17 or 4.18. It's on the heavier side. It's that steel handle. Okay. Oh, I can't do that. That's just... what I was talking about, though, is I have the Sencut Arc Blast here. This is an aluminum handle, but you can see I did the laser mark pattern on there. Really kind of a fun pattern. But aluminum, see how it I can get it to shift colors? The stripes are light and in between is dark. The stripes are dark and in between is light. And so shadows and kind of more almost photo kind of effects don't work as well, or a little bit harder to control, I guess, because you're kind of more on a gray, I don't know, it's not a grayscale as much, because like on the steel, what I'm getting at is I shouldn't have as much of a problem if I were to try to like take a photo and transfer it over to like a grayscale. I could get all those shades of gray and black in here and kind of get that photo to pop almost like a real black and white photo, versus on the aluminum, you're going to lose some of that. There's just not as much variance that you're going to be able to control, just because even in this stripe right here, I can change the color of it just by shifting back and forth. So it kind of makes that image different, if that makes sense. So that's why I wanted to get something with a steel handle, so I could try to do something like that. I do have a few more of these aluminum. The Sencut. This one's all aluminum handle with the steel blade, but I could do something on there. What kind of a pattern would I do? Or does this look already as cool as it needs to look just as is? Comment below. Should I do something to this one with a laser mark? I could do something on here and on the blade. I could do the laser removal on that blade. Come up with something cool. Another one I've got is another pyrite. This is just the classic pyrite. I could do something cool on here with this steel. Or is this an aluminum handle on the pyrite? I can't remember. I don't know. I did the lightning bolt on this one. Boom. Comment below. What would you like to see on this rake? What have I missed? Did I get sidetracked because I cut myself and I'm sitting here trying to think? All right. It looks like it kind of stopped bleeding, so I should be fine. Yeah. Give me some suggestions on what you'd like to see, what I could do with this. I got more unboxings coming soon. Laser marks obviously coming in the works. Dies, working on that scrimshaw. A lot of fun stuff happening on the channel. That's going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Helps me out. I really appreciate it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.